So for today's project, we're gonna be painting the garage floor. I'm gonna take you through every step of the way and show you exactly how it went from this to this. Let's get right into it. Step number one is to clear everything out of your garage. If you could hang it up on the wall, that's great, but everything on the ground must be cleared. This is also a good time to scrape up any loose paint or any unwanted marks that might have spilled on the concrete. Then you want to give it a nice, good sweep, collecting as much dust as you can. And if you have a leaf blower, you can use that to blow out any remaining dust that might be on the floor. I actually found this to be really useful because I was surprised that I still had a ton of dust on the floor even after sweeping. But the leaf blower was able to get most of that out. So now we have everything cleared out of the garage, but I couldn't go any further without bringing one special person to help this out. Let's see what he can help me do.
I can't believe it. You know, I came all the way up. Our first thing I was thinking about, how long is it going to take us to take the stuff out of the garage? And wow, it's already done, man. We are ready to go to work, man. Let's do it.
For this next step, we're mixing a gallon of water in a full container of this Clean and Etch solution. What this does is it opens up the pores of the concrete, allowing the paint to stick and to last a whole lot longer. The key is to use a hard bristle brush and just brush it as if you were cleaning it, and that should do the trick. Shout out to my dad for getting right to work on this.
Oh yeah, you can see I'm doing all the work here. Yeah. I drove 600 miles up here to help my son, and I thought that I was going to be sitting down in the chair helping him out, supervising, and looks like I'm the only labor he has. Good labor, I might say, very good labor, but it's the only labor he has.
After applying the etching solution, we want to give the floor a good rinse. We don't want any of the solution drying on the concrete, so it's important to get some water on it and push it out with a broom, or if you have a squeegee, that'll work even better. So the paint that we decided to go with is the Behr Premium paint for concrete. The actual color that we went with is called Pacific Fog. I'll make sure to link that up in the description box below so you can check it out if you like the color. But first we're just cutting in the edges and the seams in the garage. Then we're gonna get to rolling this paint on the floor. We also taped off this edge in between the garage and the driveway just so that our paint has a nice clean line. It was important to use a brush to cut in the edges and in the cracks in between the 4 concrete sections because the roller won't be able to get to those. And rolling is the easiest part of this job. What you want to do is pour out some of the paint directly onto the floor, get out your roller and spread it out evenly. So as we are rolling the paint out on the floor, we're going to be using these decorative color chips. We're going to be broadcasting, is what they call it, throwing them up in the air so that they land naturally on the ground, creating that kind of pattern so that we get that nice decorative look on the floor.
Broadcasting time.
Say hello to my wife. Oh, so you come out for the fun part, huh?
Of course. Because I'm the fun. Now let's rip it open and dump it in this bucket. Alright, we're gonna go dump these. Any tips or tricks on how to do this?
Do it in your fingers, like first, and then kind of toss it to kind of see how far that goes. Because if you take a whole handful, you get too much in one spot.
Yeah,
Yes.
so a little bit goes a long way. Alright.
It's important to work in small sections when it comes to the paint so that you have enough room to broadcast evenly.
Try to get it in that corner.
And after a few throws, you'll start to get the hang of it.
Woo!
And if rolling the paint was the easiest part, this is by far the most fun.
And depending on your desired look, you may need to throw more or less specs than we did here.
The trick is less and throw it really high. So less and high, and then it'll fall better naturally and not clump up.
And now for the most satisfying part of this job, peeling up the tape.
Painter, man, he's one heck of a painter, man. Available for hire, Jim Lewis, LLC.
So now we got the paint and all the little decorative chips on the ground. The last thing we need to do is to let it sit before applying the top clear coat, which will seal it all together.
And this top coat is optional, however, I do recommend it just for added durability and longevity. We also use this anti-slip additive, which basically acts like sand or a little bit of texture on this floor so that when it's wet, it's not so slippery. Overall, we're really satisfied with how this garage floor turned out. And for the amount of effort that it took to do this, I highly recommend this as a DIY project. We were able to save thousands of dollars by doing it ourselves. The cost of materials were only about a few $100s, and it gives the garage a whole new look. If you found this video helpful, hit the thumbs up button, as YouTube will recommend this video to more people who are interested in painting their garage floors. And for more DIY home renovation type projects, make sure you hit the subscribe button and follow along for more videos just like this. Thanks so much for watching. I will see you in the next one.